feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree?
Sure, Donna Rain.
Another day, another credit.
How's it going?
Oh, hi there. I'm doing great. How about you?
Same here.
Glad to hear it. Yeah, life is good, isn't it? I've been trying to save up enough money so that I can go explore the settled systems with my boyfriend, Tony. I think we're finally getting close.
Oh. Why do you want to leave New Atlantis?
Tony and I want to see what else is out there. I love my job, but there has to be more to life than just being a janitor in New Atlantis. What about you? Have you gone on any adventures?
Enough for a lifetime, which is weird to say at the very start of the game. Or I don't really get out much when we just battled our way through some pirates. Enough for a lifetime.
Amazing. I'm so jealous. One day you'll have to tell me and Tony all about them, okay?
Sure. Anything you recommend at New Atlantis?
Well, that depends. Are you a foodie or a shopper?
I prefer more illicit activities. Foodie.
If that's the case, you have a lot of options here in New Atlantis. Don's Roost is probably the fanciest. They have great steaks there. But I'll be honest, I'm more of a chunks girl, and my boyfriend and I can't get enough of Terra Brew.
Alright, no offense, but you look a bit tired.
Really? Well, I guess you're right. I'm feeling a bit run down. I really love my job, but it's hard work and long hours. I could definitely use a Terracino from Terra Brew right now.
I can get you one. No
Really?
trouble.
That's so sweet. I really appreciate it.
She had a name and was talking, so I assumed she would have a quest. Getting her a drink. Cool.
The water is quite aesthetically pleasing, or so Barrett has told me. New Atlantis relies on advanced hydroelectrics for most of its power.
I assumed there would be fish in these, and it doesn't look like there is.
We just need to convince her that President Abeyo isn't the same as her predecessors. That an adversarial UC is a thing of the past.
Does Radcliffe even need to be involved?
President Abeyo wants to foster relations, not fracture them. Keep up.
We'll make sure she knows, ma'am.
Good. I'll see you at the 11:30 then. You're not with Interstellar Affairs too, are you?
Nope. Just hoping that might be a quest, and it was not. Okay, so this is sort of the UN type thing, but for space. I'm guessing. All the various flags of the different colonies. Wow, we have good hops. Like, it's really cool how beautiful and green everything is, but like, your plants are growing out of control. It should be maintained better. Like, there's a lot about this that I like, and I would like to go on a walk here, but I would also be annoyed, like, can someone clip these vines? They are in the way. As someone who's on the taller side of things.
The front door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you.
Give me a moment.
I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting for us inside.
Yeah, I was just saying, as someone who's on the taller side, I regularly walk under trees and whatnot that people haven't clipped, and it is awful. So,
I don't know what she lost, but she won't get it back by annoying us.
Oh, there's another random quest. Alright, but back to the main quest. Let's go talk to Constellation. And that's some security for a 10-person club.
Captain Orion, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Oh, please. Ridiculous. Easiest bet I'll ever win.
You really think what I'm suggesting all the phenomena we see out in the stars and what I'm saying is the most impossible theory?
You two keep going on like this, and I'm banning wagers. I'm serious.
We'll play nice. Just a little friendly conversation, Sarah, that's all.
We appear to have a visitor.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't?
Pirates attacked. Barrett asked me to deliver the artifact. That's nice and simple. Doesn't matter. I have your artifact. Probably not. Who are you?
Sarah Morgan, Chair of Constellation. That means anything you discussed with Barrett is my business. Now, if you would please answer my question.
Why don't you tell me what Constellation is first, as I keep asking questions?
Very well. This is a private organization dedicated to exploration. Space primarily, but also anomalies throughout the settled systems. It's inherently dangerous work, so if one of our own doesn't show up as planned, then we tend to have questions.
Fine.
Speaking of which,
Fine.
where is Barrett?
Pirates attacked. He asked me to deliver the
I
artifact.
see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. He's here with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything?
Bright lights and music is how the game has been describing it thus far. Thing almost killed me. How many times has this happened? Who else has had these visions? Barrett has already told us that it's just him and me.
Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Country, if you expect us to believe in fairy
If
tales...
this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
But, gentlemen, can we please focus? Noelle, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
First, I'm going to grab this for a permanent reduction to fall damage. Like a Fallout bobblehead.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only 2 of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Country?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting, now would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
What if I didn't want to? I mean, obviously it's a video game, and so... Wow, is that just gonna cut me in half? So, I've got it. This is the quest I'm going down. But let's see, this is all a little much. I need some time to clear my head. How much do you know about the artifacts? What are they? Let's start with that one.
Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal. Another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
You want me in Constellation? What does that mean? What's expected?
We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us.
These spinning artifacts is a bit distracting. Alright, I'm in. Tell me what happens next.
You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
Yeah, because I didn't have a crazy jump already. It's loud. Their level up sound is way louder than the rest of the game. Alright, I haven't actually leveled up yet, so let's check that out. I have 2 skill points to spend. I have a boost already to laser weaponry because of my starting skills. And I'm not using any laser weaponry. So I can make ballistics do more damage. Pistols, shotguns. Be better at medicine. Already got that. Okay. So I need to use healing items 20 times while wounded to then be able to rank up to the next rank. Be skillful employing both new and time-tested methods. A researcher may complete projects faster. We don't know anything about projects yet. I've heard surveying is really good if you're going to be building bases. I think it was surveying. Geology, newly discovered minerals mined from alien planets and moons have directly led to some incredible technological advancements. None of these are really giving a clear statement of what they do. Oh, never mind. The new zoom unlocks resources required to craft items. Yeah, okay, I'm seeing it. I was looking at the left, which is flavor text. Okay. Boost pack training, which I hear great things about. So that one I'm tempted with. You can now utilize ship thrusters, so right now I can't utilize ship thrusters, I guess. Huh. Boxing, probably not. Fitness. 10% more oxygen available. Add to stealth meter. Increase total carrying capacity by 10. I mean, increasing carrying capacity sounds great, but 10 is not awesome. Buy for 5% less and sell for 10% more. Special foods. Successful persuading. So I think I will go with boost pack training. Because that sounds really useful for getting around. Either I could go surveying or I could go something in combat to be better at it. Would be nice to get a laser weapon since apparently that's the direction I'm going. Let's go surveying. Okay. No more skill points to spend. And let's talk to people.
As much as I love uncovering new questions, I wouldn't mind a few answers now and then.
Alright, you want to talk first? Noelle?
That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
Place for me to stay. You seem to know a lot about the artifacts. Other types of exploration work. Besides artifacts, the vision, what do you think? Yeah, we'll go through all of these. Probably the place to stay last.
Oh, gosh. No, I mean, that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us.
I want to know how they found out about them, because apparently they contracted to pick this one up. So how did they know it was there? Yeah, let me know how I can help you learn more.
Well, right now nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition. I'm looking at everything. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. I don't know if it will help in this case, but the more we know about, well, everything, the better off we are, right? Speaking of, if you're gonna be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
Okay. Yeah, how would organic resources help with this?
I can't be certain that they will, but more data points are always a good thing. I don't want to rule out anything that could provide a breakthrough. And if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Pretty well, too. Walter's pockets may not be bottomless, but they are pretty deep.
So you can pay, and by that you mean Walter can pay. Got it. Do I have some organic resources for you?
Anything I can learn from is a help.
Packaged nutrients. Hey, can this help you? Packaged toxin. So I assume she's just a like a trader that gives probably slightly higher than average value for these items. So if I wanted to sell them, I could get a better deal here than with normal shops, probably. Yeah, other types of exploration work besides the artifacts.
Of course. There's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet.
Okay, that's neat. What do you think about the vision?
Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something, an energy surge, some other phenomenon.
This wasn't random synapses firing. That means something. That's true. Barrett saw something
He
too?
did. At the time, well, it's Barrett. We weren't sure if he was kidding around. Clearly, he wasn't. Sure, I'm not trying to suggest otherwise. I wasn't there when it happened. I'm just thinking it through.
Reasonable.
It's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. We're all in this together now, right?
Yeah. How long have you been working on all this?
Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this.
Alright. Sarah's something got a place for me to stay.
Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour.
Sure. Your neck is turned
Walter, you don't
weirdly.
have to answer this, but I was wondering something. You don't seem to spend much time at home. How is that not a problem for your wife?
That is a rather personal question, but I'll indulge it. I have been informed that when I am home, I remain preoccupied with Constellation's work, which renders me cantankerous. My wife has therefore decided it is best if I can dedicate my time to our business here for now, for both our sakes.
Huh. Well, if it works for you. Ever since I got here, this has felt like home. These people are family. I hope it feels that way for you too.
I thought you were giving me a guided tour. But you just went and talked to Walter and then came back. So I guess I will go talk to Walter.
Well, I suppose that station in orbit has more than
Absolutely,
paid
Sarah.
for itself
I've
at
never
this
regretted
point.
the decision.
You've been an invaluable asset to the group, Noelle. Just wanted to make sure you didn't regret it.
There are days that are tough, sure. But if I weren't here, I wouldn't even know about all the incredible things we're discovering.
Trying to hear all the conversations. Hey, Walter.
Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line.
That was an apology you could do better. I've been called worse.
Still doesn't excuse it. My frustrations lie more with Barrett. Not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome aboard.
Just watch the grumpiness in the future. Glad to be here.
By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
Yeah, this isn't where I'd expect to find a CEO.
Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits. For years, I was captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks. I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the Lodge home, as much as anywhere else.
What's your role in Constellation, besides probably funding it?
Me? Why, I'm the wallet. Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here.
So part of me is expecting him to end up being the villain. Like, he's funding this so he can get his hands on these items for his own ends. Because that would be a common trope. But I'm hoping not, because that would be a common trope. Do you think the vision I had means anything?
Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you?
Hallucinations? No. Never seen anything like that in my life. Oh sure, I see lights and hear music all the time. It's non-stop party in my head. I haven't hit my head recently, if that's what you're asking. No, never seen anything like that.
Yes, I imagined as much. Barrett expressed something similar, in his own unique way. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here. Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years.
I mean, how much funding have you been pouring into this lodge? If this is all you've got going on, is finding these strange metals that you don't even know what they're for or what they do. What kind of company is Stroud Eklund?
We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days. Goodbye.
So is the Frontier one of your ships?
This is all exciting, but there's really a lot of pressure on us, isn't there? We have to get this right.
Yep.
Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
These artifacts all came out of the caves?
Second one was on Kazal, buried the same as the one you found. But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust?
So where did the first one actually come from? Because sitting around as a paperweight means someone dug it up originally. Probably? What do you make of the visions I saw?
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but, you know, if the label fits.
Means something, I didn't understand it. I know it's important, I can feel it. Maybe I'm just crazy. Never experienced anything like it. You think this was a religious experience? I didn't understand it.
Okay, that's all right. Maybe you weren't supposed to. Maybe it'll make sense later. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
So the interesting question would be, would it be a smarter choice to have someone new grab the next artifact we find? And if we can get enough people who have all seen, you know, the basic vision, is that good? Or is it better to have the same person touch each new artifact and hope that the vision gets deeper or stronger or better? I don't know. I'm assuming because I'm... Quiet, you. Because I'm the protagonist, I must be the chosen one because that's how these games work. And so I'm probably going to touch every artifact and get better and bigger visions. Probably. What brought you to Constellation?
Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation.
I want to know more about that. What religious artifact were you stealing, and why did
Take care of
Walter's
yourself.
corporation want it? It doesn't seem... Religion
So, Mateo,
doesn't seem his thing.
your religious texts?
Ha ha. I don't have much time for that kind of thing anymore. So much to do around here, you know?
I wasn't born yesterday, you know. I bet you have your eye on something.
Well, okay, fine. I had heard that Buddha's tooth may still exist. Was trying to find out if there's any truth to it.
Let me know how it turns out. Curious feeling, knowing that you've seen something that no one else has. That you know something no one else does.
I mean, they're putting a lot of stock in this, but at the moment, it's some weird metal bits that are floating around. Like, it could just be
Talked to Vladimir recently,
weird
face to
stuff.
face. I mean,
I haven't needed to go up there in a bit. Why?
oh, I just don't know how he does it. Up there all alone for so long.
Some people love that kind of space. Pun intended.
Bet you never expected to end up involved in something like this.
Wow, you guys talk so much. Hey, I think that's
I am at
everyone.
your service, Captain.
Obviously, I'm saving talking to... Her name's Sarah? I need a lodge key. Oh, I have the lodge key. Okay, I'm going to wander around and see if anyone else is around before I talk to her and progress this story. Okay, there's all of our crafting stuff. I'll steal another med pack. This place is big. The well. Okay, that's taking me to a new area. I'm assuming that's what the symbol on the door was meaning. But I don't want to deal with this yet. But I think we had a quest. Someone mentioned something about a well. The well. We go to our missions. Activities. See your parents at Pioneer Tower. Okay. Complete a research project. Craft or modify an item. Check out Constellation's mission board. Talk to the bartender at Viewport. Deliver a Terra Brew cappuccino. I can't even talk anymore. To Donna Rain. Investigate the brownouts in the well. That's what I'm thinking of. So we'll come back here in a bit. It's weird that the well is connected to Constellation's base. Okay, so this is just a big crafting area. What do we have upstairs? Oh, hi. Hello again. Hey, that'll take us to New Atlantis. Oh, this is a big building. I'm impressed that they're putting in, you know, basic utility clauses and stuff that a building like this would have, but most games wouldn't bother with putting them in. A lot of spare bedrooms. I mean, probably not spare. Someone probably owns them. Fancy. Let's steal some more stuff. I have no clue of where all I've checked so far. Deck of cards. Board game. Yeah, this is definitely someone's room. given the punching bag. Ship model. I don't know if that's our ship. It might be. Pretty detailed boat ship. Oh, I can't open the weapon case. Shame. Okay, I think I've looked through basically everywhere. Probably. Maybe. No, I didn't go down this hallway yet. Even more bedrooms. Okay, now I think I've looked in everywhere. Tempted to jump off that railing, but figure I probably shouldn't.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
It wasn't clear if any of them belonged to me specifically.
Now that you are a member of Constellation, I am at your service. No additional protocols necessary. Also, given the likelihood that you will be out in unsettled space, it might be beneficial to go over exploration outpost development, in case you ever need to build a base for field research.
Yeah.
The exploration of an unknown planet can be a major undertaking. By building an outpost, you will be able to construct scanning equipment, resource extractors, and defenses. It is even possible to set up multiple outposts capable of manufacturing, allowing you to build advanced equipment.
Sounds useful. How do I know if a planet has the resources I need?
A planetary scan will reveal the presence of key inorganic resources, although rarer elements will be harder to find without training. And while a scan may detect the presence of life on a planet, you will have to analyze the native plants and animals yourself to know what compounds they produce.
And that seems to be a time-consuming process. What kind of advanced structures can I build?
The scan booster is the most obvious, as it will enable you to detect landmarks and other points of interest from further away. Beyond that, extractors will allow you to collect raw materials of various types, while fabricators enable the manufacturing. A particularly prosperous outpost may even warrant the construction of cargo links, allowing you to share resources between other outposts you have built.
Yeah, sounds useful. I'll try it next time I touch down.
The blueprints you need to construct an outpost should already be on your watch. It will automatically connect to any available materials for construction in your ship's cargo.
Man, this watch seems like the most powerful thing created. Just a tiny little watch that has tons of data, can do tons of things. Do you miss Barrett?
My primary function has been to support and protect Barrett during his travels. I am currently unable to do so. That is as capable as I can be of missing anyone. I believe Barrett would find your question amusing.
Ha ha. I'm glad you take your job seriously. Protecting Barrett must have been quite the challenge. Now your job is to support and protect me.
My methods of achieving my primary goals are dictated solely by my programming, and are not subject to the same whims as humans. Even if I wished it, I could not approach it any other way. Also, I am incapable of wishing.
Huh. How long have you been part of Constellation?
I arrived along with many material goods purchased by the group's previous chair, Malcolm Livingstone. Despite several significant system replacements and upgrades, I have been online for 43 years.
Wow. Alright, well thanks, Vasco. Where is you? Sarah Morgan.
So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else?
Yeah, let's ask the questions first. What's Constellation? What do you do?
We're explorers. Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown. We just take that a little more seriously than others. We were founded decades ago by a man named Sebastian Banks. He wanted a small group of people from all corners of the settled systems dedicated to the biggest question of all. What's out there? These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel.
I mean, I doubt it's the universe asking us. It's probably an ancient species that left their stuff behind. How well known is Constellation?
I don't know what you've heard, but I can imagine. First of all, I think you can dismiss any stories about us no longer existing. I don't believe in smearing our name everywhere we can. Exploring the universe, charting the unknown, that's what counts. Besides, having a little mystery gives us room to maneuver. A fixed reputation could fence us in a lot of ways.
Actually makes sense. What do you know about the artifacts?
Not much, but you've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary. Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do.
Alright, well, I'm ready.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising.
Excited, good chance to learn more about United Colonies. Legwork never pays off quite the way you expect. Other people have artifacts?
We have to assume that we're not the only ones to have stumbled into this mystery. But most people aren't going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resource to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why Constellation exists, in a way, to put pieces like this together.
Tell me about the UC Vanguard.
A volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull. My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to.
Makes sense. Yeah, excited for the first mission.
Felt the same way when I started too. There's an electricity in the air when you know you're about to uncover something. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Okay. Got it. You and me until we get that artifact. What do I get out of this anyway? Constellation have a salary? I'm not gonna be rude. We'll get the
You
artifact.
need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood?
Understood. Sounds reckless. An organization should have rules. What do you mean? You don't care if I steal as long as I don't get caught? Understood.
Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
So what's out here? Because I didn't even realize there wasn't out here until I just saw him walk in.
I hope Barrett makes it back to us. I know he gets into trouble all the time, and everyone just sort of accepts he'll be fine, but still.
I'm actually thinking this would be a good place to stop. We've made it to Constellation, talked to the people, and are ready to set out on our first adventure.